Hello, everyone. I present to you Casiguran, Aurora, Philippines, earthquake August 2nd, 1968. I choose this location because I grew up on the mountain island of Luzon, which is close to my hometown, Pangasinan province, about 6 hours away. I was also curious to do research presentation on this topic because it was considered one of the most destructive earthquakes in the Philippines. And what happened on August 2nd, 1968, around 4 a.m., the Casiguran experienced the magnitude of 7.3 earthquake that killed 270 people and 260 were injured. The earthquake caused a parallel fissures in the river and other impacted fissures under the farmer's house. On the nearby impacted city buildings, in Manila, about 7 away from Casiguran Island, the Ruby Tower took the hard blow from the earthquake. The reason for this is there were no implemented building codes at that time and poor constructions. As well, the national disaster was enacted after the earthquake. Tectonic settings in the Philippines, Casiguran Fault here, have a approximate fault lines in the boundary. And the side of the hazard plate boundary is located in the Philippine plate under the Casiguran Fault. And the Pacific plate is subducting below the Philippine plate to the east, whereas to the west and northwestern, the Philippine Sea plate is subducting below the Eurasian plate. And the Pacific and Eurasian plate are the common forces and present in the Philippine plate boundary. And the Philippine rate motion is 80 millimeter per year. The Philippine plate is consists of the left lateral strike fault. So if you are standing on the left and someone standing on the right, they pull away one another, which is cause the ground to shake. In other words, as the ground rub one another, it caused the ground to shake, or as a result of the earthquake. The logic setting is that the island was formed as a result of subduction after the collision of the three plates. And the landforms of the Casiguran consists of three major, which is alluvial, foothill, lands, and landscape. And relatively, these landforms were sedimentary rocks and decomposition products from other rocks. Alluvial landscape is formed in eroded alluvial sediments, which consists of brown gravels and fine sands. Foothill landscape was formed through volcanic uplift and subsequent force of the earth, eventually carried by erosion such as landslide, rock falls, and soil creeping. Lastly, mountain landscape was formed by violent uplift. Same result as erosions, rock falls, landslides, and folding deepening of the streams. In addition, one of the rock that mapped Casiguran Island was a marble limestone and developed a karst landform, and its ingredients were made of a calcium carbonate and impurities. After the earthquake on August 8, the Typhoon Notor hit the Casiguran that triggered the landslide and floods, which blocked its one only access going to Casiguran, one casualty, and 13 missing fishermen. As for the geologic hazard, ionosphere constantly moving, and so the crust and lithosphere ride along with it. So when the plates collide, or the two plates collide, when they rub one another, it causes the ground to shake. And the same thing when they rub one another, it also creates a pressure as a result of ground shaking or earthquake. And the community adapt when the pillbox implemented the mandate of the earthquake drills on a yearly basis, such as schools, workforce. Building codes were also implemented to make sure that the building codes are met. And emergency kit was enforced in the community. Warning hazard signs was posted through the Casiguran island. That's my presentation. This is my references along with photos. Thank you.